to show you how to do the DNA extraction for your DNA extraction experiment. I'm going to show you how to do it. The experiment actually calls for a strawberry and a kiwi. I only have a strawberry, and you don't have to use the whole strawberry. I've just got a slice, a little thin slice of a strawberry, just to show you the procedure. So the very first thing that you're going to do is you are going to prepare the extraction buffer, because you're extracting the DNA from the strawberry. So the first thing you want to do is make the buffer that that you're going to mix with the mashed up strawberry. So that's going to call for, your procedure says 900 milliliters of water, which is approximately 4 cups. So I'm going to do just half of that, which is, this is 1 pint, which is 2 cups. So I'm going to do 2 cups of water, and the procedure calls for, like, I think it's about 1/4 a cup of the 50 milliliters is somewhere around 1/3 of a cup, or I think I calculated that it was 1/4 of a cup. These measurements don't have to be perfect. So if you did 4 cups of water and 1/4 of a cup of dish detergent, that would be fine. And I just realized I forgot my dish detergent, but that's okay. I'm going to put my water in here first. Hopefully you can still hear me. I know you can't see me. You do want to try very hard to prevent bubbles from the dish detergent when you mix it with the water. So I'm just going to use 1 tablespoon, 1 or 2 tablespoons of dish detergent is fine. This is just a normal, this is just, I'm getting used to the webcam, but this is just a normal soup spoon. And a normal soup spoon is a tablespoon. It's practically a tablespoon. So I'm going to get my dish detergent from the dispenser pump at my sink. And just to save time, I am going to just add 1 tablespoon. It's all you really need. And notice how I'm trying not to make bubbles. Oh, maybe you can't see. Hold on. I'm trying not to make bubbles. I'm just emptying it in here. I'm not doing any shaking or anything like that. Then I'm going to add some salt. One of my children has, oh, here it is. It wasn't much. I'm sorry. Okay, here's my salt. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. And what I'm probably going to do is measure it out in a little teaspoon, which is smaller than the tablespoon that we just used. Then I'm going to put it in my hand to add it to my buffer. I'm really sorry about that. I'm just not, I'm not used to using the webcam. And it looks different on my screen. Okay, so I have salt in here, I have dish detergent in here, and I have water in here. This is, for my particular cup here that I'm using, this is 2 cups of water, and it is 1 tablespoon of dish detergent and 1 teaspoon of salt. So you can do this for each DNA extraction that you do. So you can make a solution twice this big, or you can just make this solution twice, or this may even be enough for both. It probably is enough for both. But notice what I'm doing. I'm inverting my container, trying to mix the detergent in with the water without causing bubbles. And the reason for that is that when you extract your DNA is going to be white. Oh, I just made some bubbles. And you may mistakenly think the bubbles are your DNA, and you don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mash up my strawberry. This is my strawberry, little tiny piece of strawberry. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag along with some buffer solution. There's not really a certain amount that you have to use. So I'm just going to try to pour it carefully in here with the strawberry. And the instructions, I believe, tell you to mash the strawberry up first. I'm just doing two things at once, trying to save time so the video won't be too long. But I'm going to take my hands and just begin to mash the strawberry. And it's probably going to be best if I do it on a flat surface. And I can even use my spoon. Actually, my hand is working better. Just taking my hand and mashing. Just trying to get the large chunks and mash them down into smaller chunks. Try to make sure when you do this experiment you use the same size strawberry as kiwi, or the same amount of strawberry as you do kiwi. Now the longer this sits, the better, but since all I'm doing is showing you the procedure, I think it requires you to let this sit for 15 minutes after you've mashed it and everything, but I can't remember exactly what the instructions said. But I'm not going to wait that long. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to filter. This is a coffee filter that I've placed over a regular glass cup. And you have to be careful not to let that happen. This may be a step that you want to get someone to help you with. I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to make it so you can see, but you've got to hold the edges of the filter up. So I've got the coffee filter, I've readjusted. Now I'm going to pour slowly. And it does take some time. But you don't want to get your large chunks of fruit in with your filtrate, with the liquid that you're filtering out. So what you're really doing, and this may take, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, but you want to filter out as much liquid as you can, and you want to leave behind the large chunks of strawberry. Hopefully you've mashed it up good enough. There's not going to be large chunks. But anyway, now that we've done this, and I'm going to cheat a little bit and press on my filter so I can get just a little more fluid. Now that we've done this, what we have in this cup, it's going to be easier to do what we're trying to do if you have something kind of taller and thinner. And I have this shot glass. I don't even know. It's got a little skull on it and some dice and some cards. But anyway, who knows where this came from, but this is what I found in my cabinet that looked like it would be the best. You can always use just a glass, but the thinner that your container is, the better this is going to work, because you actually, I'm going to pour about halfway full. I'm going to pour my filtrate. Well, I don't even have halfway, so you should have more filtrate than me, but I've poured my filtrate into my shot glass. Now I'm going to take the isopropyl alcohol out of the freezer. Now, mine that I'm using is not the correct kind. This is 50%. You should have a higher percentage alcohol in your isopropyl alcohol. Or, if you cannot find any isopropyl alcohol due to the times that we're in, the sanitizing products are, cleaning products are scarce. You can also use, I'll show you this, I have in my cabinet It has to be clear. This is almond extract, which you can find in the baking section. It is clear, and you can put this in your freezer also because it contains a high percentage of alcohol and can be used for this experiment. So I'm going to go ahead and use the isopropyl, and again, it's important that you pour this alcohol down the side of your container, like let it kind of roll down the side. You don't want to mix it in, because what it's going to do, it's going to float. Oh my goodness, I can see DNA too. I don't know if you guys can, but and that was just with what I did so fast, you know. So imagine how it's going to be for you. But I can even see like strands, long strands of DNA. That easy, that quick. All right, so I got myself a piece of yarn, and you can do a couple of things. I'm just so amazed at how much DNA. The DNA is going to be whitish, cloudy, and it's going to be in the boundary area between where the alcohol is sitting on top of the water, or on top of your filtrate. The DNA is going to be there. Now you can take the entire string and you can put it all the way inside, and then you can take some tweezers and pull it out. That's one way that you can do it. Or you can try yourself to spool, collect the DNA on your own. It's not really sticking on mine. It takes a little effort. But anyway, you're trying to collect the DNA and bring it up with your, yeah, it's sticking to the string. You kind of have to see this on your own to see what I'm talking about. But you want to collect the DNA so that you can compare the amount of DNA that you collected from the strawberry to the amount of DNA that you collect from the kiwi fruit. And that's really just going to be based on your observations with your eyes. So I hope this helped you, and I hope you have a good time doing the DNA extraction experiment.